Well, as far as America was concerned, Jethro Tull was in its earliest edition, never had Mick Abrahams in it because they didn't really know the first album terribly well, and Martin Barr, as far as our American audience is concerned, has always been in the group, as have I, and Clive Bunker and Glenn Cornick sort of went soon after that, so I should think Barry Barlow as the Jethro Tull drummer is better known than anybody else. And John Evans as a keyboard player is better known than anybody else, since he came in also in '69 on a kind of almost like a session man playing on the album Benefit, but in late '69 I think he sort of became a member of the group and toured with us. I mean, really, as far as America's concerned, I think the band would have appeared fairly stable up until relatively recently. It was more the addition of figures and only the change in bass players that would have been seen to have been any sort of disruptive element in the band's continuity. But up until the band always felt more unstable, in fact, around that 71-72 period than it has done since, because there was a lot of general sort of rather uncomfortable feeling about touring and the number of dates we were playing and the I suppose haphazardness of it all, since in those days touring bands were inclined to sort of arrive at an airport with their amplifiers not even in cases and expect to check them on airplanes as excess baggage, which we did. Of course, it's so different now, and we had to be one of the bands who, if anything, pioneered the modern touring methods as far as all of the shipping of huge amounts of equipment and stages and lights and people, and we got thoroughly involved in that in '72 really. So that whole evolution of the touring entity is something that we were right in at the beginning of, and finding our way in, before a lot of other bands did, I think. Because we were very active at that point in doing proper full-scale tours, not just in the US, but throughout Europe as well. And we learnt it the hard way. It used to cost us a lot of money through being careful and cautious. We managed to make tours profitable, whereas a lot of bands didn't and still don't. I mean, I note with interest because we were asked to rush out to do a sudden German television show this week in a couple of days' time, having just paid off all our crew and trucks and everything from this recent European tour, and managed to collar all the crew before they got on to doing anything else, but couldn't get a truck. Reason being, the Stones have got 30, 40-foot trailers on the road, which is fine, for someone who enjoys playing with those kind of logistics, but are 30, 40-foot trailers really necessary to do the Stones outdoor dates? I wouldn't have thought so.